folks, and welcome to another edition of What Did You Think? It is an opportunity for me to reply to the comments that were made on a post I had posted on Facebook asking all of you, what did you think when you first saw me dance or first danced with me, or in some cases first met me? Some of the comments are simple and short, but some of them are also with a couple of interesting and funny stories. So since you took the time to recall what it was that you met me, I wanted to return the gesture, and in some of the cases where I actually have my own stories, I wanted to share that with all of you as well. So let us pick up with where we were last. Mylene Stroud. Her spins are perfect. Bubaloos. Bubaloos is one of those places that's always going to come up just because that's where I started dancing. There are tons of dancers that I know who also are familiar with all of the local spots, and Bubaloos was one of those local spots that I think we went to 3 or 4 nights a week. Thank you, Mylene, for that comment. There's a long transition from when my spins turned from wobbly into perfect, as you call it, so thank you. Jojo Ti-Piment, my muse. What musicality? OMG. Thank you, Jojo. Musicality was not one of the things that was initially at the top of my mind. Of course, following and spins and all of that other stuff was the most important thing in dancing for me. So it took me some time before music became of prime importance, and I'm glad that however I've interpreted it is something that you enjoy as well. Thank you. Tanya Shevchenko, blown away. My inspiration to this day, and it's been 18 years. Wow. These are the moments that make me feel very honored to have the opportunity to have danced at a time when some of you had started dancing. Or Tanya, I believe we know each other from Mambo Tribe days from the student teams when I was choreographing and helping Mark choreograph some of those routines. So the fact that you know me from back then and we kind of started around the same time, and that you still remember me and that I'm still an inspiration is such an honor. Thank you so much. Heidi Coes, I was mesmerized. It was at the Green Dolphin in Chicago. You were a guest of Jason's. Jason is a very, very good friend of mine. We have our own stories and very comical moments. But I don't know if it was Green Dolphin that I went to or some other club. But if it was Green Dolphin and it was my first time to Chicago, I think I ended up at this club and danced some extended version of Aguanile in the middle of this club with all of the dancers there. Sekou at the time used to live out in Chicago, and he had his dance team. So all of his dancers were phenomenal leads, learning from Sekou, and then also dancing with all the followers and everything. And it was an insane time. So if that was the moment, Heidi, let me know, because that was a memorable moment for me too. All right, Stephanie Pavao, I want to dance like her. There's another friend of mine from Toronto who I have known for quite some time, and now every time I go back to Toronto, these are some of the people that I get a chance to spend time with, enjoy, not just dance, but also be able to just talk about life and all that stuff. So thank you, Stephanie, and I'm glad that we are still in contact and I get to see your beautiful face still. Izzy Rodriguez. Magna, I saw you dancing like when you first started. I thought she was so cute, but then I did see you for a couple of years. I saw you dancing with Marlon International at Guana and said, look at her getting down, yo. It cracked me up. You were so fly. It's crazy. Izzy, thank you so much. Marlon International is a dancer from New York who is a super blast to dance with, and we always have this beautiful connection. And he's got Marlon International. I think they called him Marlon International because he's got a big butt, and they say that it's international. Izzy, I'm glad you enjoyed what you saw. Thank you for the comment. Perla Romano, I have been following you for years, and I was like, shit, I wish I could spin like that. But Perlita is a lovely friend and a dancer who I've gotten to know over the time living in New Jersey. Beautiful dancer, sweetheart. And Perla, thank you so much for that comment, but more importantly, thank you for being such a lovely friend and for that beautiful birthday that you organized where we had tacos and margaritas in Jersey City and then went to a club and made guys dance against the wall for us. That was hilarious. Gaby Akis, it was in 2006, New York. I was like, goddess. Thank you, Gabi. And Will Lee, there was a hot nurse at a Halloween party who was a Care Bear. So this is the funny thing. Will is one of the dancers in New York who I've gotten a chance to get to know over the years. And we did end up at a mutual friend, Amir's Halloween party. And yes, I was dressed like a nurse. Hot nurse, well, I guess it's debatable. Depends on your view of my outfit. And I don't know how we started our whole thing with Care Bears. I think it's because every time we'd see each other, we'd give each other a really big hug. And I don't know which one of us called each other Care Bear first, but now that's our running thing. It's like, hi, Care Bear. Hi, Care Bear. So, Will, thank you so much. You'll always be my Care Bear. And Cihan Guzel. Cihan is basically a brother from another mother. He is a friend of mine from Turkey. I can't remember the year that we met. I want to say maybe 2010 or 2009. I met him with another mutual friend of mine, Ayhan. Both of them are like family to me. And Cihan, I will always love the attention to detail that you have, the kindness and the very thoughtfulness that you've always showed towards me. You are younger than me, but you often treat me like I'm like your daughter. So sometimes, I feel like rebelling against your advice, but I always appreciate it, and you've always been so loving. So thank you so much for your comment, but more importantly, thank you for being such a beautiful friend in my life. Alex, Leyzer, OMG, OMG, I'm dancing with Magna. Alex, you're funny. I hope that's not the case when we've danced after the first time, at least. I wonder when and how long it takes for people to get rid of that feeling. I mean, I have some friends currently who are constantly saying it doesn't matter how many times they dance with me, they still get nervous. So I don't know if I still make people nervous. I would think that I don't. Sal Sango, natural, it is an extension of you. Thanks, Sal. I would have never thought that salsa dancing, of all dances, a Latin dance, would be a natural extension of me. But, c'est la vie. And thank you very much for observing that and pointing that out. Finally, we've got E Lovell. You already know the answer to that, homegirl. So Guy is a friend of mine, an organizer, dance instructor, dance studio owner in Florida, No Evolution. And he and I have become friends from, I want to say, whenever it was the first time that you brought me down there. And I remember the first time, and I ended up staying with him, and he made this absolutely delicious oxtail. Like, to this day, I remember it. And every single time I come down to Florida, and if he's ever organizing an event, it goes without saying. Like, I'm not coming. I don't care what you're paying. You better be making some oxtail. So thank you, Guy, for the invitation. Thank you for your hospitality. And thank you for making some banging oxtail. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of What Did You Think, where I get a chance to reply and thank all of you for your comments and for your stories on my Facebook post. If you do remember when you met me, when you first danced with me, or when you saw me dance and you have a story to share, please leave them in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you as well. And in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. I'll see you all very soon.